Despite the fact that golf instruction tends to separate the mental from the physical, both golfers' experience and scientific research tells a different story. In fact, what we pay attention to can quite significantly affect the technique we produce and whether skill is retained. So what do you think about in your golf swing? Your shoulder turn, keeping your left arm straight? The target, the shot shape? Is it consistent? Have you had an experience of how a change of swing thought produced instant changes from good or bad form? So what is attention? Attention is basically concentration, the ability to focus on one thing intentionally and ignore everything else. Given the infinite number of things we could notice during one swing, let alone an entire round, it's not a surprise there's a strong correlation between good golf and good concentration. The definition for good concentration is therefore broader than it is commonly understood. Good concentration in golf is the quality and direction of your focus. It's like a bright spotlight. So where is your attention directed? This might be hard to answer without hitting balls and observing, but the next time that you do, notice whether your mind is focused on part of your body, for example hinging your wrists, the club head, the target, or the ball. Does your attention stay on one thing or does it shift during the swing? Broadly speaking, we can classify where you direct your thoughts as either internal or external focus. When a golfer is thinking about the movement of their body, during the swing this is referred to as an internal focus. If he or she is thinking about something outside the body, like the club head, the ball, the target, this is termed external. This focus could be on the object itself or the effect you are trying to create. There is a third option called la-la land, which is when your attention is something completely unrelated. On reflection, do you spend the majority of your swings focused internally or externally? Premium Golf did a survey on this and found that the majority of golfers were internally focused on their body movements, even though they tended to be more externally focused in other sports that they played. How does your thinking compare to non-golf activities? Try this experiment. If you were to press pause on this video right now, would your attention be on your finger, internal focus, or would it be on the button, external focus? Keep this in mind for a while after you watch this video. From throwing paper into a waste paper bin, opening a door, hammering a nail, or any other sport, the chances are you'll find yourself focusing not on the movement, but on the object, the task, or the effect you're trying to create. So which is best? The short answer is that internal and external focuses each have their own merits when used in the right way and can aid the journey of learning and improvement. However, given the prevalence of the internal body focus in golf, I'd like to introduce some of the benefits an external focus as opposed to an internal one. Existing skills like balance and powerful impact positions that you've honed through other activities can be utilised for golf. An external focus allows you to compare underlying tasks and draw out these existing motor patterns, but with an internal focus you may miss out on this opportunity. You may think that a complex series of movements like the golf swing requires the utmost conscious direction and control, but your subconscious is much more powerful than you think. It processes far more information far more quickly than your conscious mind. An external focus can give it a clear, simple task to work towards, and you'd be surprised at how effectively it can solve problems without your conscious, body-focused interference. The feedback that you can get from an external focus, perhaps the club head, is much clearer and easier to act on than your feeling of what happened in the body movements and the swing. If the effect was a top chop, for example, the cause is clear, the club head came in too high. But the complex series of movements that led to it are much harder to fathom. Give your subconscious an externally focused instruction to brush the grass and let your body figure out the adjustments required to get the job done. The swing is an orchestra, it's not a solo performance. Singling out one body part, like your left arm, is likely to leave out much of the story and therefore unlikely to provide a complete solution to the problem. It can lead to contrived, uncoordinated movements that are completely detached from the task at hand. Conversely, focusing on the effect you're trying to create, for example the delivery of the club head, gives your brain the freedom to recruit multiple muscle groups and coordinate your movements to produce an effective swing that is matched to the task at hand. First of all, notice what it is that you do. Becoming aware of whether your attention is internal or external is the first step. Are you able to keep your attention in one place throughout the whole swing? Does it match the way you learnt other sports, or is it more internally focused? Start to investigate what works best for you. What is the effect on your swing when you direct your attention differently? The ability to shine the spotlight of your attention brightly and in the direction that you choose is a skill that will accelerate your learning and strengthen your performance under pressure. If you want to find out more about this, get in touch. You wanted to play and almost immediately started moving the club appropriately to get the job done. Perhaps you just want to break free from a consistent slice or a hook